Welcome, City Skylines players and fans, back to Capital City and the Airport Project 2.0. That's what we're going to call this from now on. We're redesigning the airport after the new DLC came out and uh, getting rid of the old. We had metro terminals in there, and we're getting rid of all those because those don't mesh with this airport. DLC. Don't get me wrong, I love the DLC. I think it's wonderful. But so far, we've laid down some medium-sized terminal, the double-decker terminal, ultra modern. We've got one here, 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 and here, and then we've got the ultra modern large terminals here. We've got them all connected by a ground and elevated roadway. I'll zoom in here in just a minute. And then we've got the ultra modern Concourse hubs, and we put two on this side. We're not going to make it symmetrical like the rest of this because we've got a space premium here and a space premium here. That would eliminate some of the things that we're wanting to do right here and right here. So we're just going to do these two Concourse hubs out here and get that set up. Now, real fast, going to zoom in and show the connected roadway there. There is the ultra modern medium-sized terminal. We've got arrivals and departures on the top there, and obviously we're going to connect this roadway off this main road here and have it split and one go high and one go low. Then we have the road do a curve here and mesh around to the, or go around to the large terminal here. Created a couple lounges and an airport tower. The airport tower is actually the modern version because I like it better than the ultra modern. But I'm going to use that as kind of an observation tower, maybe like a VIP lounge or something to that effect in this area here. Quick straw poll, or I'm going to do a quick poll. If you guys could put in the comments, the viewers, I'll hold that open for a few weeks just to see what people think. I've got two different color plans here. I've got the light blue, or I don't know what you call that, a teal. I'm not sure what color that would be. That sort of comes close to matching the control tower or the VIP lounge. I've got that. And do we like it this way with those matching? Which was my original plan. And then when I was messing around with making the lounges, because when you place the lounge, they rotate through different colors, red and green and blue and light blue and different colors. I came across this pattern here, which I kind of like also. The dark blue roofs on the lounges, and then the observation VIP tower there with the light blue. I kind of like that too. So I'm kind of torn between the two. I don't know. I'm going to leave it. I've got dark over here and then the light over here. And the same thing on this side. I've got the dark blue over here and the light over here. So I'm going to leave this like this for a while and then decide. I'm actually just going to let the viewers decide. After a couple weeks here, I think I'm just going to add up the numbers, see how many people actually vote, and then we'll just pick whichever the audience wants. I think that's because to be honest, I'm kind of torn. I don't know which way. All right, now let's go ahead and start laying down airplane stands and taxiways. And what we're going to do is, I was trying to decide which plane stands because there are three different sizes. And turn the menu back on here. Three different sizes. We've got the small, the medium, and the large. And this is the cargo, which is for the cargo part of the airport, which we'll do that at a much later date. We're looking at least another 2 or 3 videos before we do that. But I was trying to decide what to do with these. But what I'm thinking is, I think we're going to place 6 large videos, or 6 large videos, 6 large airplane stands on each wing of this concourse, I think is what we're going to do. I think we're going to do 6 of them, so 3 on this side, 3 on this side, and then same thing over here. And then do a combination of large and medium plane stands here. And then maybe haven't quite decided whether I'm going to run plane stands along here or whether I'm going to actually do a concourse off of this main concourse this direction, and maybe run a small one off this and have 3 or 4 plane stands on each side of that, and then do another one over here or something like that. I haven't really decided that, but the main thing, let's go ahead and start laying these down just so we have these. These over here, if you haven't watched the last video, I recommend that. These right here are just basically just to these are in line with these taxiways and this concourse, just to make sure in case there's a problem or something happens, I mess something up, I can lay everything out back the way it was. So we'll leave that here until we get all this constructed and built. So what we'll do, we'll go ahead and lay these down, and we're going to take we'll put that right in there, right where that truck, the corner of that truck almost touches the brown there. Lay that in there. And then the beauty about these things, the concrete extends out. Now I'm on PC and I have paint, so I can paint the concrete in there. But if you're on console or you're playing vanilla, you don't have to have these on top of each other, because as you can see, I mean, this goes out, that concrete goes out quite a distance from that, so you can actually place these quite a distance apart. I could easily place 2 of these and it would almost cover the entire length of this. But I think we're going to try to sneak 3 of them in here. So let's go ahead and put this right at the edge. And then we'll sneak this right in between the 2. And then how does that look? And then we'll place this one here. We'll line that up. Not like that. Line this one up. And then we'll line this one up. Right like that. Alright. So I think that looks good there. We'll go ahead and do this side. Same exact thing. I'm going to do it from this angle because I'm able to use that truck as a control point, and it just helps you guesstimate it just a little bit more. Use the corner of that truck to the ground right there, and then we'll do the same thing here. Put this right on the edge of this, and then we'll just do this right in the middle, just like that one. Alright, and then we'll just line these up. Obviously, you could probably get really precise with this using the taxiways, because they do clip to the end of the taxiways. Well, I don't have any taxiways. Yeah, they do like clip to the end of the taxiway. The medium would probably work better. Um, so you could lay out taxiways, so many length between them, and you could have them all perfectly lined up if you wanted to do that. Which next airport we may do that. But this one, the next project, we may work with that a little bit. But this one, this is going to be the first airport. I've already had to redesign this thing, so we'll leave it like that. And then I've also, kind of play around with, make sure that these jetways mesh in this corner, in these parts right here, and not in the windows. Kind of mess with that a little bit too. You could do that. All right, so we've got that. So what we're going to do now, we kind of just have to decide what's going to be medium, um, and how this is going to work. Now I'm going to go ahead and connect this taxiway, just because. And we may actually have to go in and decide. Actually, I'll probably leave it this direction, just because American roads. I mean, typically we travel, so that's yeah. So I'll probably leave it that direction. I'm not sure if there's a universal um, direction for aircraft on. They typically pass on the left in the air, as far as I know. Just like in sea traffic, they pass on the left. But I'm not sure of taxiways if they have to be laid out where they pass on the left also. It may just be the individual airport. I'm not sure. But also, a lot of taxiways are two directional too. So the game has them as one way, but these are a lot of taxiways in real life are probably two directional. So that probably doesn't come into play too much. Okay, so we've got that lay down. And then we'll go ahead and lay this down this way. There. Just because I think that's probably the way that's going to be. I mean, okay, so what we need to decide now, I'm thinking, since people can take the monorail to right here, the bus, and get dropped off, I'm thinking this is going to be like a security hub, where you can come in. Um, Back in the day, you used to be able to just walk into the airport and walk all the way to, go through metal detectors, and then anybody, it didn't matter if you had a plane ticket or not, anybody could just go into the airport and, walk right up to the gate. But those days are long since past. So I'm thinking what we'll do is maybe we'll have security checkpoints here and here, obviously. But this main area here would have like a shopping area, that type of stuff. Maybe it's even a lot larger. Maybe there's an underground thing. But this would also be connected to the underground concourse running under these areas here. And if you haven't watched the prior videos, I do recommend them. But I set this up to where there's an imaginary underground like shopping center and mall through here, where you can go down these stairs and go into these shops, and it goes. And then obviously this pyramid structure is kind of the same way, where it's got an open glass area, and then there's obviously shops on this side too, and then it runs the entire length connecting the two terminals. And it originally did that from the original design of the airport, but I've since had to. This is 2.0, but it could still connect this terminal and maybe the checkpoints. Maybe there's escalators in there and stuff, and maybe the monorail station also. goes down to where you can get off the monorail and then go down to ground level, or you can go down to a sub level to get into that concourse too. I started to make these parks like these plazas here with the shops and everything, but to me, I thought that would be a little bit too much, so I left it alone. I just put those parks in there, and that was it. So back to the airport itself. I'm thinking we'll have a security checkpoint here, and then because the lounges and everything are here, maybe we will have this open to where you can go through the shopping concourse this way, and maybe the lounge this way, or the concourse this way is all open, so you could park and walk over here, and then without a flight ticket or anything, you could get in here, and then you could walk all the way through here. So maybe you could get into these lounges and stuff. Maybe there's shops along here. You can connect this way, and then maybe just this direction is the gate concourse. So there's only gates along here, and then there's nothing along this concourse here. And then the same thing over here on these, because we have these hubs here on this side. But like I said, because of space, we're not going to do that over here. But maybe we could have a concourse come off this direction and have plane stands here and plane stands here, and then nothing through here. So that's my thought. That's how I'm putting that together. Is you would go through security checkpoint here and here in order to get to the jetways, and then the same thing here. You would get on the subway, metro. You get on the metro and ride the metro. From here over to this, and then you would get on the escalator or the elevator and come up to ground level, and then that's where you would go through security to get down these gateways or these jetways. Concourse is this way. So in theory, you could walk all the way from here down, get on the metro, and then come and then walk in here without going through any other than just the standard metal detectors, that type of stuff, without having a flight ticket and all that other stuff. Or maybe this would be off limits to people that didn't have flight tickets. I'm not sure, but you never know. It's all imaginary or make believe, whatever we want it to be anyway. But I'm just trying to think about this logically. That they wouldn't have plane stands all the way through here, because that would mean that you'd have to have a checkpoint here, and you couldn't walk from this one to this one without having a flight ticket. Is my thought process. So what we'll do that. We're just going to put plane stands this direction, and we're going to run them down to about right here. For now, that's going to be subject to change, because like I said, I do have special something planned on all 4 of these corners here, and I've got that also is planned right here too. So we'll approach that at a later date, but we'll run them down, and then we can always take a couple of them out if we need to, or what we need to do. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to run this taxiway down this direction, just so we have a guideline. And we're going to get rid of that. So I'm thinking we're going to put in medium aircraft stand. Well, maybe we'll do... And maybe we'll do a couple large ones like right here. Or maybe we'll do every other one, just to kind of mix it up. Although, let's put these in. And I think I have an idea on how this is going to work. Put these in. And we'll fit another one in there. I'm going to have to run the concourse out, just run it out another 10. Just to keep it even. Okay. And the reason why I did that is because I want to kind of mix it up a little bit. But I'm going to take the taxiway and I know I'm skipping those. You'll see that. And then we'll go in and take these medium ones out. And then we'll put them back in because I think they do what I think they're going to do. Yeah, see, that one worked, but the other one did not. Has to do with the way the nodes are, I guess. See, that one worked, but I can't get this one working here. There we go. Okay, see how even that is. And the reason why I did that, as you can see, although the game was not long enough, that is a bummer. Because I was wanting that to all be even. Well, that is a bummer there. Because you have different sized planes in that area there. So what we'll need to do, I guess we'll go ahead and take the medium ones out. Actually, we're going to take them all out because the sizing is going to be off. And the road's in the right place, the tarmac's in the right place, but we need to put the aircraft stands in and then connect them. Let's see here. There we go. So I guess this side of the airport could be like the major international side. I mean, actually, you know, this is our imaginary country here. This is kind of like the capital. So, you know, they would be probably getting a lot of international flights. Not to mention it's a large city too, and has a lot of commerce and that type of stuff. So they would be getting a lot of international flights. And I just completely did those in the wrong direction. So I guess these two sides being large planes probably would not be that unrealistic, I guess. Yeah. And then what we'll need to do is we'll go ahead and figure out how we're going to do. This down here is going to change a little bit. So we'll go ahead and place the taxiway in here. Amount 20, and then we'll do a I don't know if we want to do a complete 90-degree turn. Yeah, we'll do a 90-degree turn at 20. So we'll come out 20 and then do a 90-degree turn at 20. And of course that puts those a little bit too close together, so we'll redo this one. So maybe this one will come out. What's the difference between here? 10. So we'll come out 30. And then do a 90-degree. I think that's going to work. Yeah, I think that's going to work fine. And then obviously we'll change the direction there. I think that's going to work good. And then we'll leave our guide roads and our guide concourse in place for now. I think we'll probably be getting rid of those. Actually, we'll go ahead and bump this way over here. Just to get it out of line. And then, so I think that'll work just fine. And then what we'll need to do is we'll come back to the taxiway and we'll see let's see here. Do 20. Now, once this starts running, we're going to have to play with that a little bit just to make sure that planes aren't clipping here. I think that'll be fine, but I don't want to get too close to this terminal over here because I have something special planned over there, so I don't want to get too close to it. Yeah, so that looks pretty good there. All right. So, like I said, what we can do, we can actually put in maybe some aircraft placements. And we don't want medium, we want large for this area. And hopefully it changes the color. Yeah, it does a little bit. Okay. And then these are cargo planes, so I don't want those there. And then yeah, have that. And then what we'll do is I'll actually take out one of these, and then we'll put the fueling station, which doesn't look like it's going to fit. see what we can finagle here. Yeah, that's not going to fit. So that's not going to work. So what we'll do is we'll do another plane like we originally had. We'll do another plane right there. Yeah, and that works just fine there. So then we'll have planes coming in, and I don't think I may want to use this is relatively the same size. Yeah, this is larger. So if this works, then those planes will work. And yeah, what we may want to do is back these up just a little bit. Because I'm planning on trying to make this airport where there's absolutely no clipping as anywhere with any of the airplanes clipping each other's wings or any of that type of stuff. Obviously, they're going to run into each other a little bit just because the AI may have trouble managing them. But my plan is to not make it a design issue, make it more of a I guess just mass, the sheer number of planes running around, that type of thing. Okay, so we got that. So the next thing to do, so we're pretty much, I think we're done from about here all the way over to here. I think we're done. I don't think we're going to do anything else in here. We may add some airport decals and stuff later, maybe some stuff right here or something like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and just paint all this. Let's see, a bigger brush than that, yeah. And just paint all this concrete. There we go. And we'll run this down to here. And like I said, this segment right through here, this area through here is going to change. Not drastically, but there's going to be an addition in there, and it's going to look a little bit different and a little bit better, but it's going to be cool what we're planning there. All right. Well, I think that looks good there. That looks really good. We will get these. Actually, let's look at it from this point of view without those guidelines that roads in there. That looks excellent there. Don't really like the way this bumps out a little bit, but if you look at the paint on taxiways and stuff, I mean, they're not exact. I mean, they're not exact straight lines all the time, because they've moved them and that type of stuff. But I think that will give more than enough. One thing I did think about doing is laying the taxiway. I did think about maybe adding one in here. Or maybe right here. Get that more centered. Let's center that a little bit more. Yeah, that's pretty centered. There we go. I thought about doing that. Yeah. And then maybe the same type of thing here with this here. Um, doing that so that way there's these aircraft can kind of like turn around. And real taxiways aren't set up like this because they're obviously not one ways. But in the game, we've kind of got to play with what we've got. So I'm thinking we'll do it that way, so that way planes can have access to all those and they don't have to move around. Actually, what I'd like to do is maybe do a turn around going both directions here in the middle. Yeah, I think we're going to do that actually. So we are going to lay the taxiway, and this is close enough. We're just going to use that direction, and then and that's using the nodes that we have available. Uh, so I'm not sure how realistic that is, and to be honest, this is kind of trial and error for the game itself. So we'll actually see how the game works with this, and then we'll just have to make modifications as we go along. I mean, so we'll do this. So now you can get out of any of these, come down, turn around there. Get out of any of these and turn around there, or go all the way down. Get out of these and turn around there. Get out of these and turn around there. Yeah, so you can go either direction without going too far at all. So I think that that works fine. Yeah, I think that works fine. And then what we'll do, we'll go ahead and bring this down. Um, and we'll bring this down. And then obviously correct roadway, or the one ways. So that works perfectly. And then I see this coming out this way. I see this taxiway going, and then maybe having another one parallel that way. I don't know. We'll play with it and see how it works with the two runways as we put those in. All right. Well, we've been almost 40 minutes, a little over on this particular video. But we laid this down. I think this looks great. I'm going to go through and try to mirror this as close as possible over to this side. And it's basically going to be the same setup all the way over there. Except for maybe, I might take a plane out or something so it doesn't look exactly identical. But we're going to mirror that over. Next video, what we're going to do is continue working on this, and we'll have this other side done, and then we'll move on to the other side and put these other concourses in with the medium and smaller planes stands. And we'll do that maybe this is the international side of the airport, and this is the domestic side. of the airport. And then we'll think about starting laying the runway and everything. Back at the beginning of the video, I asked about the audience opinion on these two paint schemes because I'm kind of torn. We've got all three of these light blue. We can't change the color of the air traffic control tower or the VIP lounge. So we'll have all three of these match. Or I was doing this and kind of stumbled across the dark blue with the observation lat tower, the lounge, like that. So I kind of like that too. So I'm asking for a quick straw poll in the comments, just what audience thinks. I'll let it run for a couple weeks or so and see what we got, and we'll just switch them from there. Hit that like button, support the video, that way more people can see it, and support my channel. Please subscribe. Need some subscribers. Subscribe to the channel. If you have any comments about the airport, if you think how to improve it, or if I'm no expert by any means, so if you think that there's a certain way it can be done better, or maybe you played around with the DLC a little bit more and you think that something needs to be done differently in order to make it work better, please let me know. I'm open to constructive criticism by all means. Subscribe to the channel, post any comments. Thank you for your time, and remember, everybody, do the long game. Thank you.